Jonah, it's been 2 weeks since the last Atomic AMA. I was away last week at the Global NFT Summit, which was fantastic. But there has been a number of quality of life updates hit Atomic Hub in these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, there haven't been any major releases these past few weeks, but as you say, a lot of quality of life improvements. So sort of small things, small noticeable things. We have a new pretty 404 page or better login page, for example. But then we also just fixed quite a number of bugs. No major bugs, but just small ones. And the reason for that is actually that we recently had our first QA, so quality assurance analyst start. So I think we did a decent job beforehand. We didn't really have any major bugs go live on the site, but now that we actually have someone dedicated in our team to look after that and make sure that everything we release is clean and free of bugs, I think that's quite a good development.
Yeah, absolutely, and possibly the biggest change to our kind of working practices in the last 2 weeks has probably been the in our team. I think with Atomic
Yeah.
Hub we have two new people. We have some new key hires within the Pink slash Atomic Hub team as well. So yeah, it's been a very exciting few weeks on that front. So what have we been working on in these past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, outside of these smaller quality of life changes, um, one thing that we actually are relatively close to finalizing is a launch calendar. We wanted to do that for a while. It got postponed a bit, but basically, but just one page on Atomic Hub, which has similar information to what you're putting out on NFT Insider every week. Basically, just giving an overview about the launches that are happening on Atomic Hub or in the Wax space in general, not necessarily just on Atomic Hub. So that's one thing that we've been working on. We've been tweaking the trading page after it was released. Before that, obviously, and yeah, and there's some things in the back end, but no, nothing major that we could talk about this week, I think.
Fantastic, and I think that that launch calendar on Atomic Hub will be fantastic for creators across the board to get their drops and their projects highlighted better. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. We had a question from Jona, the person behind the Digital Ducks collection. It's kind of from a Twitter thread where he's essentially asking, would it be possible for when you buy an NFT that you also own the RAM behind that NFT? Is that something that's possible?
Yeah, I looked at that Twitter thread, and I think his point was that, especially for like collection for malicious NFTs or spam NFTs, for example, he doesn't want to have them in his inventory. He also doesn't really want to burn them because he knows that gives them RAM back. And I see the point behind that. Unfortunately, the answer to that is very simple, which is it's just not possible technically. So the way that RAM works in EOSIO, which is the technology underlying the Wax blockchain, it's just that the smart contract doesn't really deal with RAM at all. That is all handled on a system level below that. So essentially, just when an NFT is created, someone pays for it, and then I guess there's two choices. Either when you transfer it, the new recipient pays for it, but that means that the creator gets their RAM back immediately after sending it out, and it also makes the user experience a lot more difficult if you can't receive an NFT just because you don't have the RAM for it. So that isn't really an option. And so the way we solved it for Atomic Assets is just that the creator pays for it once, and then afterwards it never changes, which is great from a user experience perspective because as a user that doesn't create any NFTs, you basically don't have to worry about it at all, which is great. But the Atomic Assets smart contract doesn't have any control over who gets that RAM back when the NFT is burned. It's just the account that initially paid for it gets it back, and that's the creator in this case. So there's no way for us to, change anything there.
Okay. Whereas it may not have been kind of the answer joined to some of the people wanted to hear, I think it's good that we have that explanation. You guys now know that. And yeah, I think it's any other kind of technical questions regarding that, we're always more than happy to answer. So yeah, if you want them answered on the, I mean, I picked this up directly from Jointy's message in Discord. So if you want these questions or these sorts of questions answered on the Atomic AMA or just within the Discord in general, yeah, do let us know in Discord. So since it's been 2 weeks, do we have any updates on the Fiat-to-NFT implementation working alongside Bankser?
Yeah, I mean, so on the Fiat to NFT, we are making progress. We're not ready to release, obviously, because otherwise we would have released it by now. Um, I mean, I think in terms of the just the fiat to crypto, fiat to X solution, we're seeing pretty good usage, especially considering that it's sort of a beta version and we're not pushing it too hard on Atomic Hub. Like once we're confident that it's all refined, we can probably integrate it even more and thus make it even more usable. So considering that we're already seeing significant volumes there, which is great because ultimately that means that the people using this had an easier time getting waxed than they would have had otherwise. Um, so yeah, I think that's just giving a general overview of where the project is at. We're quite happy with the collaboration and um, hoping that it doesn't take too much longer for the actual Fiat to NFT integration to go live as well.
For sure. And again, for any of you that are using the Fiat to Wax feature currently, if you've got any feedback, anything that you need us to take a look at, back to take a look at, as always, just use our Discord and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So we had another message in the Discord about creator tools in general this week. So could we give a sort of a quick update on any creator tools we have in mind or anything that we'd like to make?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar to what it has been for a while. It's sort of we want to build a pack creator. We want to build a, well, we called it trade up initially. Nifty Blocks called it blends. We want to build trade up creator for that, or like upgrade creator, however we name it. And ultimately, we also want to do a drop creator and like better primary sale experience. But there's a lot of things that are going on in the background to make all of that happen. So I guess the only update I can give on that, it's still a priority for us. We still want to do it. It's still on our roadmap. But other than that, I'm afraid I can't give any ETAs or anything.
Yeah, no worries at all. And I mean, I think it's just good for the listeners to be aware that, you know, it's something that it's something in mind. You know, it's not something that we've kind of forgotten about and have left. You know, it's something that's very much still on our minds, and it's something that we will come across to hopefully, you know, some point in the near future. But yeah, Jonah, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.